Hello friends, myself Dr. Nidhi Darbari on My Education Treasure. In my previous video, I had explained about Dharma and Arth of Purushartha, the four aims of life. In my present video, I am going to explain about Kam and Moksha as the four aims of life. Calm. Calm is one of the four goals of human life in Hindu tradition. It is considered an essential and healthy goal of human life when pursued with sacrificing the other three goals dharma, artha, and moksha. Calm means desire, wish, longing in Hindu and Buddhist literature. Calm often connotes sexual desire and longing in contemporary literature, but the concept may more broadly refers to any desire, wish, passion, longing, pleasure of senses, desire for, longing to and after the aesthetic enjoyment of life, affection, or love. Enjoyment of love is particularly with or without enjoyment of sexual, sensual, and erotic desire and may be without sexual connotations. However, the term also refers to any sensory enjoyment, emotional attraction, and aesthetic pleasure, such as from arts, dance, music, painting, sculpture, and nature. The concept calm is found in some of the earliest known verses in the Vedas. Calm often implies the short form of the word kamna or desire, appetition, or appetite. Calm, however, is more than kamana. Calm is an experience that includes the discovery of an object, learning about the object, emotional connection, the process of enjoyment, and the resulting feeling of well being before, during, and after the experience. Vatsayan, the author of the Kam Sutra, described calm as happiness that is manas vyapare, phenomena of the mind. Just like the Mahabharata, Vatsyayana Kamsutra defines calm as pleasure and individual experience from the world with one or more senses hearing, seeing, tasting, smelling, and feeling in harmony with one's mind and soul. Experiencing harmonious music is calm as is being inspired by natural beauty, the aesthetic appreciation of a work of art, and admiring with joy something created by another human being. Kam Sutra, in its discourse on calm, describes many forms of art, dance, and music, along with sex, as the means to pleasure and enjoyment. Pleasure enhances our self's appreciation of incense, candle music, scented oil, yoga stretching and meditation, and the experience of the heart chakra. Negativity, doubt, and hesitation blocks the heart chakra. Openness is impaired while attached to desires. Ancient Indian literature, such as the epics which followed the Upanishads, develop and explains the concept of calm together with arth and dharma. Calm, unity to shape their expressions through arts, stands for fulfillment of one's desire for aesthetic reasons. Having acquired some money, having got some security, the next step for everyone is to use this money for your comforts, enjoyment, and fulfilling duties, desires, and responsibilities. As various sensual enjoyments are seen to provide that experience, we go for them. These desires ought to be worldly and that of the other world as well. Desires, however, had to be suited to the society. One was expected to restrain from the malicious and vulgar desires. Significance of the goal. In present situation, calm refers to the cultural aim of education where one develops right desires, fulfills them rightly, and indulges in right type of leisure activities to satisfy himself. Educational implications of calm. Arts and craft. Students are given support and craft. Poetry. Appreciation of poetry and composing them involves good calm. Educational visits. It helps students to appreciate beauty. National festivals help in bonding the student together in school. Moksha. Moksha in some schools of Indian religion like Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism is called and considered equivalent to and used interchangeably with other terms as Vimoksha, Vimukti, Kaivalya, Apvarga, Mukti, Nirresya, and Nirvan, which refers to various forms of emancipation, enlightenment, liberation, and release. In soteriological and ecclesiological senses, moksha is also a concept that means freedom from sansar, liberation from the cycle of death and rebirth. Moksha means freedom, liberation from what and how is where the school differs. This liberation can be attained while one is on earth, Jivan Mukti, and eschatologically Karma Mukti, Vidhe Mukti. In its epistemological and psychological senses, moksha refers to freedom from ignorance, self realization, self actualization, and self knowledge. This liberation is an epistemological transformation that permits one to see the truth and reality behind the fog of ignorance. In Hindu tradition, moksha is a central concept and the utmost aim to be attained through three paths during human life. These three paths are dharma, virtuous, proper moral life; artha, material prosperity, income security, means of life; and kam, sensual pleasures, emotional fulfillment. However, terms such as moksha and nirvana differ and mean different states between various schools of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The term nirman is more common in Buddhism, while moksha is more prevalent in Hinduism. The definition and meaning of moksha varies between various schools of Indian religions. Some Indian traditions have emphasized liberation on concrete ethical action within the world. Moksha has been defined not merely as absence of suffering and release from bondage to sansar. Various schools of Hindus also explain the concept as the presence of the state of paripurna brahmas anubhav, with the experience of oneness with Brahma, the one supreme self, a state of knowledge, peace, and bliss. The concept of moksha appears much later in ancient Indian literature than the concept of dharma. The proto concept that first appears in the ancient Sanskrit verses and early Upanishad is mukte, which means freed or released. It is the middle and later Upanishad, such as the Svetvastara and Maitreyi, where the word moksha appears and begins becoming an important concept. If you found the video to be informative and interesting, I request you all to please give a like to the video to motivate me, share it for others, and subscribe it so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get a notification. The Supreme Being dwells in every being. He is the primal cause. He is the eternal law. He is the essence of everything. He is nature. He is not a separate entity. Liberation comes to those who know Supreme Being is present as the universal spirit and principle, just as they know butter is present in milk. Such realization, claims Svetastvatara, come from self-knowledge and self-discipline, and this knowledge and realization is liberation from transmigration, the final goal of the Upanishad. Starting with the Middle Upanishad era, Moksha or equivalent term such as Mukti and Kaivalya is a major theme in many Upanishads. Moksha means liberation, realizing of the self, and is the ultimate destination for this human birth. The stage of inner realization that the individual self is the same as the supreme self. For example, Saraswati Rahasya Upanishad, one of the several Upanishads of the Bhakti school Hinduism, starts out with praise to goddess Saraswati. In myths and temples of India and Bali, Indonesia, Saraswati appears with swan. Saraswati is the Hindu goddess of knowledge, learning, and creative arts. Her name is compound word of Sarav and Swa, meaning essence of the self, while swan is a symbol of spiritual perfection, liberation, and moksha. The symbolism of Saraswati and the swan is that knowledge and moksha go together. After the prayer verses, the Upanishad inquiries about the secret of freedom and liberation, mukti, significance of the goal. Once we reach the stage of moksha, our means, actions would not bind us to the cycle of birth and death. Educational implication of moksha. NCC, NSS, and SS make students sensitive to social issues. Armed forces students are initiated to join Army, Navy, and Air Force by giving them a spirit of patriotism and selflessness. Team spirit is inculcated in school with the help of children to live cohesively. Educational implication of Purushartha. Education for all. According to Vedas, education should be for all. Objectives of education. It is stated that knowledge makes one humble and free of ego, ensure the learner happier and higher life. Education for world peace provides ideals and values for international understanding. Education for women. All life is dependent on women because she imparts education for all. Proper environment. Environment should be conducive to attain the purpose of intelligence. Thank you very much for patiently watching the video and don't forget to subscribe.